Hey, what's up, Starborns? By the way, if I'm looking over there, it's because I have a script that I'm gonna be reading for this entire video, so just so you know. So, Starfield has been out for about a good month or so, and people are not too fond of it. Neither am I. And before you go asking, yes, I've played through the entire game, main story, which I thought was about 18 hours. It turns out it's less than that, surprisingly. It took about 20 hours of my life that I'll never get back. Ever, and I'm not proud of it, and god damn it, I feel scammed. Bethesda, you better do something, because I'm at a loss for words of how bad this game is. You see, I didn't have any expectations going into this game, but somehow I still was disappointed. I don't know how this is even possible. The sheer amount of disappointment I felt with this game is crazy. I'll get into that later. Let's get back on point. So the game was supposed to be in development for about 8 years, which is, you know, almost an entire decade. But I'm pretty sure the first 7 of those years over at Bethesda Incorporated, over the Bethesda studio, little building, little jobs, were probably spent jerking off to themselves in a mirror while laughing about how they were able to sell the same game for over a fucking decade. You know, just really shocking the old cockadoodle-doo. I'm so salty about it, but I mean, not wrong. Like, they thought Howard was definitely jerker. Hey, I mean, Skyrim is a good game. Like, you gotta be honest, it is one of the best games. But what makes Starfield so goddamn bad, and why do I like it? Kinda. Well, if you've asked yourself this question over a million times, well, mostly why it's bad, because that's the only thing you ask, then you've come to the perfect place. Because today, I will be reviewing Starfield. Because I'm not gonna really be reviewing it. This is just gonna be a kind of breakdown and sharing my own opinion on the game. So, I'm gonna be reviewing it. You'll see. I wouldn't call it a review. Anyways, future me played the cool transition that I probably came up with, and if I didn't, I will go into the future and beat future me up. So like any proper review of an outstanding game with great expectations that were met, let's start with the pros, the few there are. I tried my hardest to actually find pros about this game, like the things that I actually enjoyed, and there were just so few. Most of the good things that were like actual big things or core parts of the game, aside from like, oh look, this planet has cool rocks. Aside from that type of stuff, there was literally nothing that I thought was good about this. Like, it was so rare to find something that I genuinely enjoyed. Most of those things weren't even good traits, they were just things that I thought were fun. Getting into it. Pro number 1. So, the big boy, Todd Howard himself, you know, the man behind Bethesda. He himself said that this game was meant to be played for a very long time. You see, they kind of delivered on that promise in one way or another. Because Starfield is pretty fucking big. I mean, you've got over 1,000 planets that you can visit, which is a lot. That's not a few, that's 1,000. They all have their own little thing going for them. They all have minerals that you can find. You have the little completion list that you know that maybe somebody probably completed. You know, like, oh, find the 6 minerals and find the 4 plants and life and animals that you have, and they all have caves. I don't know how many, a few probably, that there's something in, or not caves, then it's like a research facility. In all of these planets, there's a sign of human colonization, which is fun because you can learn something about the planets if you want some side lore or something, or really anything if you want to learn. God damn, my hair is bad. Also, there's this gravitational anomalies, which is just the same thing that's like with the artifacts, that selenite or whatever the fuck it's called, and material you find around the artifacts. You have those too, and sometimes they have like some cool structures. Also temples, or like, that's a different thing. Most of these facilities or abandoned buildings, whatever, are usually run over by a bandit. Oh, sorry, Crimson Fleet. Old habits die hard, but this game not even hard. The combat in this game is nothing new. It makes sense, because Bethesda used the same engine they had since fucking fucking Oblivion. Believe it or not, it hasn't been improved much. Maybe the game looks better, but it's genuinely just the same thing over and over again. And you can really feel that in the melee combat, where all you need to do is use the old run around the enemy in circles and stab them with your little knife that's twice as big as your penis, and it's only a 5 centimeter big knife. Kill them. Like, it's genuinely, like, it's pathetic. Sorry, I'm sorry, I need to contain myself. But the combat is not bad. And, well, it can be bad. If you like Skyrim in any way, shape, or form, or are okay with this combat, then you're gonna enjoy this too. Also, the guns are really fun. Like, when you buy a gun, and then right after that, find a gun that's the same kind, but has twice not more times the damage, and just one-shots everything and lasts you the entire fucking game. Sounds pretty specific, doesn't it? There's a reason for that. It's the same thing that you'd expect from any sci-fi game, but it's really just what you'd expect from any sci-fi game where you have guns. Some are like, ooh, cool lasers, some are a sniper. There's an actual fucking shotgun that's just a shotgun, and it's really strong because it's just a fucking shotgun. Overall, I'd say that the combat in the game is okay. I do think that some of the aspects of it are pretty fun. Some guns are really satisfying to use. Like, there are those guns that just like use up all your magazine, but have like just shoot like a fucking, they just like spam bullets, and those are really fun when you can just see the health bar go. So you know what, that gets a seal of approval for me. Well done, Bethesda. The companions are actually characters. The people who help you, and the people who you can, you know, get with you and, you know, do your quest with, are actual characters with writing. And instead of being mindless little gremlins that follow your every single order, they actually have their own opinions on stuff, and actually have their own thoughts, and don't always agree with you, which is crazy. But for example, if I go around shooting, just mass murdering kids in New Atlantis, my follower, who was Andrea for most of the game, but I'm pretty sure most followers do this, they would be like, yo, what the fuck, and would just straight up say, no, I will not follow you, I will not help you in this, and would leave, which is unique. Usually that doesn't happen. Usually they start with the kids. Also, the characters have emotions, which is a big up in my opinion. The fact that you can say something and they react with a X like that, or X dislike that, or X love that, and I think that's a good thing because you actually bond with the characters. Also, they sometimes will ask to talk with you and then talk about their deepest little secrets or some shit, which is also kind of cool. I didn't really care about it. I mean, Andrea opening up about her past, how she was a mercenary pretty much, and would kill people and rob and shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. I can flirt with them, which is pretty cool. I think you're a big weirdo creepy guy if you do that. But also, I too flirted with them, like with Sam Cole and Sarah Morgan. I flirted with both of them, mostly with Sam because, well, you know, getting back to the opinion thing, when you're in a quest or mission or something like that, when a big event happens, they will actually be like, yo, what do you think about this? Like, oh, I disagree with this, and maybe we shouldn't do that, or should we do this? Which ties back to everything I've said, that they have actual personalities, and I really like that because you can really get more views on that instead of just googling, should I kill this person in X quest at Y port at Z's location, you know? I actually get their opinions, which I'm really fond of. And this is probably the weakest one of them all, because before I get into tearing this game a new butthole in space-time, new tear in space-time, a new tear in the fabric of reality, space-time continuum, little galactic butthole. I think the game is goofy. That's literally one of the things I wrote down here on the script, saying that the game is goofy, and it had me laughing a few times. That's one of the pros I was able to give this game, because I didn't know what else to say. I genuinely tried, but the game is just so fucking bad. And now it's time for the cons, the baddies, the stinkies, the I don't like this, the this wasn't my favorite thing, the I have an opinion about this and it's not a good one, at least it's not a positive one. Prepare your galactic butthole, Bethesda. Your Starfield. That sounds like a euphemism. Because the criticism I'm gonna be giving this game might come off as just ranting, which it kinda is, because I'm just really ranting about this game. That's my review. Now, what I did here was 2 of the cons tied back to 2 of the pros. So the first 2 cons will be just straight related to the first 2 pros. Space has its limits. We all know that. And you can only have so many unique planets before they all start repeating themselves. This is how it works in real life too. Universe is infinite, but it means that there will be planets that are the same. Most of the universe is filled with just little rocks for planets or gas giants. It's hard to find something unique. And this isn't really Starfield's fault, but I feel like they do lack some creativity. And don't get me wrong, adding 1,000 planets is a lot. It's pretty hard to make 1,000 unique planets, and I wouldn't mind if there'd be at least 6 or 7 of them. Throw in a few gas giants, throw in a few of these. Like, repetition isn't the problem. Don't get me wrong, the planets are pretty cool. I like them when I get down on them, just like I did with your mom. But after you go over the solar system or 2, you start to realize that it's mostly the same, and like it's not a rocky planet. It's one of these. Oh look, this place is life on it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe because I didn't explore all 1,000 planets, but I felt like most was just the same. Aside from the main story planets, most planets just felt like repetition. But again, this is my fault. This could be completely my fault. You can absolutely tear me a new hole in the comments. Don't, because that hurts. But hey, you can absolutely just destroy me saying how much uniqueness there is, how fucking good the game is. Oh, Guardian, there's so many things in this game. I mean, you miss out the planet where there's a giant alien with giant and beats you up. Or you miss out the planet where there's a fucking crocodilian. Or you missed out the planet where you can play Elden Ring. You missed out the planet where there's a Sharknado. Oh, you missed out the Skyrim planet, the Oblivion planet. Oh my god, you didn't know about the Fallout planet, bro. Really, the Dark Souls planet? Go ahead. But from my experience, the little I have, it really just felt like they were the same. There wasn't much uniqueness to it. But also, I wasn't actually going to go through every single planet because it was just so fucking boring. Like, I definitely, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to sit. I explored one planet for 1 hour. I wasn't tied to any quest, and that's it. I just didn't want to go on. I just didn't want to go through all those planets. I was not going to. I was hard-headed to not doing that. The old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. Well, Bethesda took that saying and decided to run with it to the very outer space, the very far edges of the universe, till they reach the end of the Starfield, because they haven't changed a single thing again since Oblivion. Maybe they did. Maybe since Skyrim, okay? Let's not be that harsh. And this is where Bethesda's laziness really starts to show, wasn't showing already. It's the same game they've always made. It's not unique. But I'm just talking base the system. Obviously, each game has a different story. They all are, set in different places. Aside from that, if you strip them down until they're space dong naked, you really start to see that core mechanics, which is, a lot in a game where you're role playing and you're supposed to be playing it, are the same as ever. Like combat, all of that hasn't changed. It feels just as junky, it just feels just as buggy and everything. It's just Skyrim and all of those, but now it's in a sci-fi setting. Yay. They didn't fix a single thing. Like the fact that I can just run around an enemy and then keep stabbing them while they try to come after me with their fucking gun. Like, bro, fucking stop stabbing me. The fact that I can do that, and I could do that back in Skyrim too, and I can do it to this day, is not a good thing, because they had over 10 years since that game. Playing a game like Skyrim where, it's buggy and messy, you're fine with it, you're not sly, you're okay with it, because it's Skyrim, it's a good 10-year-old game, they could have updated it, but fine, you know what, it's an older engine, it's fine. But the fact that a decade after that, they still use the same thing is fucking pathetic, and I'm sorry, but I just have to say it. It's not good. It's really not good. And after we have so many good games, I just started playing Elden Ring a few days ago, and god damn it, you can feel how much better the gameplay, the system is, the enemies, the fighting is. Why couldn't you done that, Bethesda? They only have a few games in their arsenal next to your lot bigger count, but somehow they were able to improve each and every single title. Every time they dropped a new game, it was better. Dark Souls 2 wasn't bad. I'ma just say it. There's so many games that are just better. Doom Eternal. They improved the combat. They changed the combat from Doom 2016. But goddammit, is it better? Is it good? Yes, it's really good. It's really annoying. Fuck, I get pissed off by the game. I feel like there's nothing that you can say, Bethesda. It's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. How were you not able to change it? Maybe just me, maybe I didn't notice, but I was expecting a silky smooth gameplay where I shoot my gun and it feels good. No, I shot my gun, did it feel good? It was alright, but it definitely wasn't as good as some other games I've played and I've seen. Or the fucking Melee, all of those were just the same. We're just as sloppy as ever. The writing was kind of shit. No. Before you get your pitchforks out, I'm talking about main story because I only did one of the 4 factions because I couldn't do anymore because I was so fucking done with the game. And the faction was the Crimson Fleet. The Crimson Fleet had decent writing. For some reason, the Crimson Fleet had actual good writing where I was like, at the end where you had to make a big decision between who you side with, I was like, yeah, they all have their own things, but like, which one do I choose? Like, that was good. And the one thing I liked was, I'm gonna be honest, I liked the decisiveness. I like that your decisions had big action. Like, no spoilers again, but like things happen in the main story and big actions need to be made that can change the outcome of the entire game. And I like that. I liked it a lot. The story itself, it was bad and it was cliche. It was more cliche than bad. I'm gonna spoil it, so if you want to, you can skip it. I'm gonna put a little timestamp up here where I'm gonna stop talking about this, but I just have to say it. The Unity, the multiverse really, it was set up to be something crazy, like, oh, 4th dimensional beings. Oh, is it gonna be like some ancient human species, ancient aliens or something? Oh, what is it gonna be? And then they dropped is the multiverse. I'm sitting there, the hunter, the mystery, and they turned their masks off, and then it's just like, hey, I'm that guy. And I'm like, hey, I'm Sarah. I was hoping for something so good. They were so mysterious. I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be good. We have some very unique space story with some 4th dimensional crazy strong beings. But no, it just ends up being the multiverse. If I hear one more fucking thing about the multiverse, I will snap. Also, this is my pet peeve that also I fucking hate it. A lot of the dialogue in this game is so goddamn corny. First time Sam Cole got introduced, I hated that guy because he was so corny. Things are so corny. I don't get it. It's a fucking cornfield over here. We could sell it and profit so much, we could goddamn colonize the Starfield. And it was either an overload of corniness or a lack of anything. There was this like balance in reality where the stars aligned, the Starfield aligned, and everything felt good. Where it was actually fun, and I was like, ooh, this is cool. Thank God this game had actual good moments, because otherwise I'd be crying right now. This is probably the biggest one that everybody has talked about, and goddamn it, I need to mention it. We all know the biggest problem with this game is something that I thought Bethesda would fix after so many years of being in game development, and the fact that from when I was playing it, there wasn't an update to it even weeks after the game. That was none other than the optimization. Yep, you've offered it. That goddamn menace thing that ruined everybody's playthrough. The fact that my RTX 3060 and my AMD Ryzen 5 3606 core processor isn't able to run that game, and then is able to run Red Dead at max settings, 50 FPS easy, it drops the frame rate because Red Dead 2 is a very big game. I mean, we all know that Red Dead is a very big game, but the biggest difference between Red Dead, for example, and Starfield is that Starfield has so many fucking loading screens. Red Dead only has loading screens after you finish a mission or you take rest, and in time where it's like changing daytime, where you are purposefully skipping, or again in missions or something like that, or when you are resting, man, you know, when you're not gonna be sitting there for like 6 hours straight watching your character sleep. Aside from that, if you don't do any quests, You can go from one end of the game to the whole fucking next end of the game without a single goddamn difference. But when I got Starfield, I was like, you know what? It's probably gonna be fun, you know. It's gonna be good. Then I get into the game and then it's more, and the optimization is absolute fucking dog shit. It felt so bad. I didn't want to go in with any more cons because I already went through everything. There's probably better ways to explain this, but I'm just a 14-year-old trying to make a buck. I'm never gonna make money on YouTube because I suck. But yeah, I'm just a 14-year-old trying to make video for you guys to enjoy. Hopefully you enjoyed. Yeah, there's probably better ways, and probably people will or have put more time into videos about reviews, and you can watch them. I want to share my opinion and just say how fucking bad this game is, and god damn you when I'm making out of the Starfield with this one. Starfield had so much potential that just all went to waste. Most of the fun in the game wasn't that it was well written or the good combat. It was how bad it was. It was how much I could laugh at it being bad and being goofy. After seeing how Starfield turned out, it's genuinely got me worrying for what the Elder Scrolls 6 will be. That game has been in the making for a very long time. I don't even know if it has been in the making. I've been waiting on a game for a very long time, and if it's gonna be like Starfield, that might be in the end of the Elder Scrolls franchise. Probably not, because if we have a really shitty Elder Scrolls 6 by 2037, when Elder Scrolls 7 comes out, we're still gonna buy it because they will hope they get something good, but just thought they won't get something good, and we'll get disappointed once again. And after finishing this game, I pretty got into the mood of playing some Skyrim, so if you don't mind me, I'll take my very few fucks I have left to give and go play an actually good game that is well written, fun, and the combat is still jank, but it's a 10-year-old game, so shut the fuck up. Thank you, Bethesda. Oh yeah, thank you for watching the video, and goodbye. Yeah, I need to shut this off. I need to stop recording, so I gotta come back. It's the magic of editing. But